Welcome back to The Ripeness Report, the podcast where we break down the latest in movies and, well, tell you if they're ripe for watching. I'm Poppi.
And I'm Tom. Today we're shifting gears, literally, to talk about the highly anticipated new film F1 the movie. You know, the one everybody's buzzing about.
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this one all year. So, for those who haven't caught it yet, F1 the movie centers around Sonny Hayes, once dubbed the greatest that never was. He was this massive Formula One phenom in the 90s until a pretty nasty accident almost ended his career.
Right, and then fast forward 30 years, he's kind of just a nomadic racer for hire, And he gets this call from his former teammate, Ruben Cervantes, who now owns a struggling F1 team that's totally on the verge of collapse.
Yeah, and Ruben convinces Sonny to make this epic comeback, one last shot to not only save the team, but potentially even claim the title of best in the world. He's driving alongside a hotshot rookie named Joshua Pierce, who, let's just say, is definitely intent on setting his own pace.
Which, as the engines roar and Sonny's past kind of catches up to him, he learns that in Formula One, redemption's a road you can't really travel alone. And not to mention, your own teammate can actually be your fiercest competition. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty intense journey.
So, shifting into what people are actually saying about it, the audience reactions on Rotten Tomatoes for F1 the movie are pretty enthusiastic, to say the least. Many fans are calling it the must-see summer blockbuster and a truly thrilling cinematic experience, earning it a piping hot 97% fan score.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that online, people just raving.
Totally. Viewers are consistently praising the film's exhilarating racing sequences. And the sound design, it's just so immersive. Plus, there's this big emphasis on the authenticity, which they got from collaborating closely with the FIA. And, Brad Pitt's performance, that's a huge draw. People are really highlighting his charisma and his presence on screen,
He does have that undeniable aura.
He really does. Many audience members are also commenting that the film's visuals and the editing just make them feel like they're right in the driver's seat, turning the movie into sort of this high-octane sensory explosion. However, some fans do mention that the story itself feels a bit familiar, It kind of leans on classic sports movie tropes and predictable plot beats.
The old I've seen this before feeling.
Exactly. But despite that, most agreed that the sheer spectacle and excitement of the racing action totally compensate for any narrative shortcomings. So overall, it's a super entertaining experience for both racing fans and general audiences. They're loving it.
Awesome. It sounds like the audience is pretty much giving it 2 thumbs up. Now, for the critics, who can sometimes be a bit tougher to please. On Rotten Tomatoes, they generally view F1 the movie as an adrenaline-fueled spectacle that really delivers on action and entertainment, even if its story, does lack a bit of originality. Despite that, it managed to earn a very fresh 83% among critics.
That sounds about right, given what the audience said.
Definitely. The film is frequently compared to Top Gun Maverick for its pulse-pounding racing sequences and overall cinematic flair. Joseph Kosinski's direction, by the way, and Brad Pitt's performance are earning particular acclaim. Critics are really emphasizing the film's technical achievements, especially its ability to capture the sheer speed and intensity of Formula One racing through these dynamic visuals and incredibly immersive sound design.
So would you say all the technical stuff is pretty spot on then?
Pretty much. While the film's editing and race scenes are described as gripping and visceral, some critics are noting that the plot is, predictable and leans pretty heavily on familiar sports drama conventions. A few reviews even expressed some disappointment with the limited amount of actual racing shown, suggesting that the film sometimes prioritizes montage and spectacle over deeper character or sport exploration.
Huh. So a little bit more flash than substance, perhaps?
Yeah, that's what some are saying, but nevertheless, critics generally agree that F1 the movie still stands out as a top-tier summer blockbuster, offering a truly thrilling and visually impressive experience that, will appeal to both racing enthusiasts and just mainstream moviegoers. So, a solid recommendation from the critics too, I'd say.
That sounds like a pretty clear consensus then, Tom.
Both audiences and critics agree it's a must-watch, especially if you're into the spectacle.
Absolutely. It seems like F1 the movie is truly ripe for viewing this summer.
Pun intended, of course. Well, that's all the time we have for F1 the movie today on the Ripness Report. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom.
It's been a pleasure, Poppi, and thanks to our listeners as always for tuning in. Remember to keep it ripe, keep it real, and we'll see you on the next one.